Am I wrong for cutting off my family after my brother cheated on his wife and got his mistress pregnant? Okay, so some backstory. My brother, 35 male, is the favorite child. My mother, 55F, always took more photos of him, always went to his games/plays/events/etc. but never any others. If he got in trouble for anything, for example fighting at school and getting suspended, his punishments never lasted more than an hour. Meanwhile I, 31F, would be screamed at, cussed at, hit with shoes/belts/spoons if I so much as breathed the wrong way. He has been married to his wife, 35F, for 18 years. I love my Sil more than anything. She is sweet, funny, kind, and always the first to help when you're in need. Her biggest downside has always been that she isn't very money smart, but my brother is, and I thought they worked well together when it came to balancing each other. They bought a house, got a dog, and were trying to have a baby all while still saving a significant amount. My brother says they started fighting a lot cause he wanted to save money and do IVF, but my Sil really wanted a baby without all that. Admittedly, while they never struggled to get pregnant, their babies were never healthy enough to survive after birth, and their last 3 pregnancies ended with infant loss. Well, he got her pregnant again anyways, and the baby is perfectly healthy. The day she told my brother she is pregnant, he asked for a divorce and confessed he cheated with a coworker, 23F. The biggest reason why I am so angry about this isn't because of how much love I have for my Sil, but more so because my brother claims that he didn't know he even wanted a divorce until he cheated on his wife and realized he didn't feel guilty about it. But he also has confessed to our mother that he actively pursued a relationship with his coworker. His coworker is also very aware that he is married and has even met his wife. In fact, she regularly shops at the store that my sister-in-law works at and had made it a point to approach her at work prior to my Sil finding out about the affair. Now on to what caused me cut off my family. I went to visit my Sil for the first time in a while. She was giving me a coffee table as her and my brother are selling their house. They are not divorcing, my brother will not file, and I decided I would also visit with her. Just to see how she was doing, check on her pregnancy and just all around, make sure that she is okay. Towards the end of my visit, my brother and my mother both started calling me excessively, texting me that I had to call them back right now and I hadn't even left her house yet. Once we got in the car and started driving away, my brother and mother started calling again. Several times back to back, and we finally answered, and that's when they started getting angry at me. Apparently my Sil told my brother she didn't want to go shopping after their 20-week appointment the next day, and my brother thought it was my fault. My Sil does not know that my brother's mistress is pregnant and that they are only 4 weeks apart. He assumed I told her, and when I responded that I had not told her anything, he called me a liar and screamed and cursed at me. I ended up yelling back and told him to go F at exclamation mark and himself. My mother called immediately after and demanded to know what I told my Sil, and when I told her the same thing I told my brother, she too called me a liar and yelled at me. I ended up blocking them both. My mother got so angry she couldn't get a hold of me, she demanded I get my own insurance on my car. She bought it for me and is the only person on the title. It is still being financed by the dealership. I pay the car payment directly and send her money for the insurance, and that I had her back to Life 360 so she knew where her car was at all times. She also said my BF, 30M, is not allowed to drive it. He doesn't unless I'm in the car with him. She texted my boyfriend all of that since she couldn't get to me. I ended up taking the car to her house and dropped it off with the keys and told her to do what she wants with it since she wanted to know where it was at all times. She ended up texting my BF that we are both pieces of shit and to never contact her again. This was after I unblocked her long enough to text her that I would still make the payments, but since she wanted to know where the car was she could just have it. I made a promise to pay it and I intended to keep that promise, but now I don't think I should. This whole time my mother has been hosting my brother's mistress at her house after my brother moved in with her, and she keeps protecting him as much as she can. She even gaslights my Sil to make her think the divorce and affair are her fault. And she tries to blame me for my brother and Sil fighting. With everything going on, I could get my brother, mother, and the mistress fired from their jobs and could even get my parents evicted from their home since they live in a 55+ community and my brother is not on the lease. His staying there goes against their lease agreement and they could be evicted if the landlord/property management company finds out. I won't get them evicted or my mother fired, but I wonder if my brother and his mistress should suffer consequences, especially since my brother is the mistress's direct supervisor. I also wonder if AITA for cutting everyone except my Sil off after all of this. I tried to stay neutral for as long as I could because my Sil didn't want to cause fighting, but I can't bring myself to stay quiet anymore. My mother and brother think I'm pretty much evil at this point because I won't protect my brother anymore. I also wonder if he would if I told my Sil about the mistress being pregnant and regularly staying with my brother at my mother's house. I know she would be angry enough to get a lawyer involved and I would support her 100%. So Reddit, what do you think? AITA? Should I tell my Sil? And should I go nuclear? Edit, I realized from a comment I put they were married for 18 years, but they have been together 18 years. They started dating at 16 and 17 in high school. I'm sorry for not seeing that. Update. I will be meeting with my Sil tomorrow to tell her everything. I really feel I should do this in person. I would hate to have this kind of news delivered over call or text, and I want her to know I will support whatever decision she makes 100%. I also have decided I will not be paying my mother another cent and cutting the cord cold turkey. Thank you so much to those who gave such great advice. I will make sure my Sil is okay and safe before I do anything more. I will update after my meetup. Update. Long story short, I did not tell my Sil. When my BF and I got to her house, she wasn't there. We thought she was just at the market, so we hung out for a bit. After about 30ish minutes, my oldest brother, 38M, not Sil husband, drove up in Sil's car. Then my other brother drove up behind in his truck with my Sil in the truck. He was bringing her from the hospital. When I spoke to her today, she told me what happened. While out walking her dog Friday evening, another dog came up and started attacking her dog. She has a 3-year-old husky. While trying to break up the dogs and get away, she hurt her stomach. She was worried about the baby and went to the hospital the next day since she was in a lot of pain. Good things is she only pulled a muscle and baby is healthy. So when BF and I got there, she had been given some meds and was loopy and tired. So we dropped off the pasta I made for her and let her rest. Also, neither of my brothers wanted to talk to me or my BF and would barely look at us, so now I know my mom as my other brother turned against me. He's cut me off as well, so I don't get to see my niece anymore. But that's all for now. I'm gonna try to see her again when she's feeling better. I'm really worried about stressing her out too much when she's already not feeling well. I'll update again if anything happens.